Hello friends, and welcome back to Pokemon Crystal, the worst final evolutions. So, last time we made our way from Cherry Grove City to Violet City while training up Ray and Weber a bit, and managed to make some good progress. As you can see here, we got their levels up to 7. Now, before we continue the journey here, I mentioned in the last episode that there was something I wanted to do that was going to be, as I said, a bit of a doozy. And that would be catching the next member of our team. But it isn't as simple as just going to find it. No, there's a lot of steps involved in even trying to get it. So prepare for a fun little side journey. So before anything, I'm going to grab Chikorita here. I did say Chikorita was going to have some uses later in the run, and this will be one of those situations where Chikorita gets to shine. So to fully explain what I'm doing here, I'm making my way over to an area just on the outskirts of town here called the Ruins of Alph. And the Ruins of Alph are quite infamous for housing a Pokemon called Unown. Now, in order to catch Unown, I have to complete a little puzzle. And thankfully, it's not a difficult puzzle. It's really just picking up tiles and placing them on a grid, and once you finish the puzzle, you will be able to start catching Unown in the ruins. But I'm going to be there's one thing I want to do beforehand. This is something that was introduced in Crystal. There's puzzles here that are in reference to the Unown. And just for anyone who doesn't know, Unown, I like Unown because it is a very interesting Pokemon. Like, its quirk is that it has 26 different forms, 28 in later games, but 26 different forms in this game based on the letters of the alphabet. And that is a really cool aspect to them, but it's sadly the only aspect about them that I like, and I'll go more into that in a little bit. But before we do the slide puzzle that's down here, on the wall here, there is a pattern. And if you know how to read the unknown letters, because those are in the shape of the unknowns, there are clues to help you solve a puzzle. And this one here, it says escape. So the only thing that you would probably know of at this time is the escape rope. So the puzzle is saying, use the escape rope in the room, and you open up the cave in the back. So right here, it triggered, and there we go. Right there. So the door's opened up, so now I can access a hidden chamber in the back. And does he? Yep, so he just mentions like, hey, here's a hole. So what's cool here is they give you a small handful of items. So here's a free berry. I like that. And what do we got here? Poison Cure Berry. Okay. I mean, I keep saying the berries will be helpful in later days. Energy Powder. So that's a healing item, but it decreases the friendship of your Pokemon. And Heal Powder. Same thing. So if I run into a bind, I can either use those in the field, or I can sell them for money. And a neat aspect of the Unown in this game is they introduced these phrases here that you can unlock by doing those puzzles. So if I remember how to read my Unown here, I think this is saying, our words shall remain here for the ages. If I'm reading that. Yep, our words shall remain here for the ages. Okay, so that's really all it is. There's a lot of flavor text involved, but it is really cool how the Unown are shaped like letters, so you can make words or phrases out of them. I do think that really adds a nice touch to the Pokemon. I just hate that that's the only good thing about Unown. Everything else afterwards, oh, they could have done so much more. So I'm gonna tackle the slide puzzle here really quick, and as you can see, it's just 16 tiles surrounding this board here. And I just have to fill them in. And once I do, I will unleash Unown into the ruins. And then I can start catching them. And let's just get some pieces here. Up we go. There. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Those claws always confuse me. Like, the way they're shaped, it makes you think they go on the opposite side. Alright, so we're almost done here. There we go, yep, eyes are on the outside. And for anyone who knows their Pokemon, that is in the shape of a Kabuto. So now, since I have solved this puzzle, Unown has been unleashed into the ruins. So it even says there is a strange presence here. Now, I'm putting Chikorita up in the front here, and I'll be explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing here. So once I finish the slide puzzle, now that I've done that, I've unleashed Unown into the ruins here, so I can find them as wild Pokemon. And give me just 1 second here, because this could end a lot. This could end a lot faster than what I initially thought this was going to. Okay. Okay, nope, that is not what I'm looking for. Okay, so I can continue my explanation that I've got here. So, I've unleashed Unown into the ruins, but I haven't unleashed all 26 forms. I've only unleashed the letters from A to K, and the letters are based on the English alphabet. And I will be trying to catch one in particular. And it's not a particular letter, but it's a particular type of hidden power. And if you think it's simple to find, then you're in for a treat of an explanation here. If you recall, on the last episode, I began a bit of an explanation as to what DVs, or determinate values, are in this game. And really, it was just like a baseline explanation, but there's a lot more that goes into the calculations for DVs than you think. So, to figure out what letter Unown appears in, the system actually reads into the DVs that are generated for the Pokemon that appears. And depending on the number combination that you get, so it relies specifically on the attack, defense, speed, and special IVs, since, believe it or not, the HP DV is determinate on the other stats. And depending on the combination, will generate the letter that will appear in the wild fight. And that's the simple part. So, starting in this generation, as you saw when I battled that Unown there, it used a move called Hidden Power. And it's a very unique move. I do like it in concept. How it works is, for every Pokemon that you encounter, they'll have a particular type associated with them when it uses Hidden Power. And that type is determined by, you guessed it, the determinate values of the Pokemon. So, I think how it works is there's like 16 different types that Hidden Power can be, and based on the 4 stats that I mentioned prior, which was the HP, defense, speed, and special DVs, whether or not it's odd or even, will create a combination that lets you get one of those 16 types. And I think it's the higher the DV total is the higher the power of Hidden Power. I don't know. I'll put some information on the screen, and that'll kind of help to round out my explanation. But the long story short is the DVs of the Pokemon determine the Hidden Power. The DVs determine the Unown form. And I'm sure you can notice there that because the two are linked to determinate values, there is a finite number of combinations that can appear to make the letters appear, and of their particular Hidden Power types. So once you can cross-reference everything, it's really simple to figure out what what Hidden Power each Unown letter has access to. Some of them only have 4 types attached to them. Some of them end up having 8 different types attached to them, depending on combinations. So what all this explanation is leading up to is I'm looking for a particular Hidden Power type. Now, I could simply just look for any old Unown I want and have fun with it that way, but if you recall, at the very start of this game, I was talking about how I wanted to make sure my rival had a particular starter Pokemon to make this challenge a lot harder. And that was kind of in reference to how I wanted to do the worst final evolutions. Like, I wanted this to be the hardest challenge that I could make it, without technically making it impossible. And in the same spirit of choosing which Pokemon my rival gets, I want to make it so that I have a particular Unown. And I want to make it so that my Unown has the worst attacking type in the game. Which I don't think anyone will argue with me that Poison is the worst attacking type. It's only super effective against one type, and doesn't really get a lot of power going forward anyway. So, because I decided to figure out what type hidden power I want, I could cross-reference with the list of the Unowns that learn Poison, and I managed to notice a combination where Unknown F, which I have on screen right now, and Unknown C have a combination of types they learn where it's really easy to figure out that they've got Poison type hidden power. Specifically, they have access to Poison type, Ground type. Oh, right, that fact. I'll get into that annoyance in a bit. Oh my goodness, this is going to be fun. Yeah, so Unknown F and Unknown C, in their combinations of hidden powers, they can have hidden power Poison, Ground, Ghost, or Steel. And conveniently enough, if Unknown hits me with a Poison, or hits me with hidden power, and it's super effective, I found... Oh, that is... Okay, if it hits me with super effective, I found a Poison type hidden power. And if I've hit with a not very effective, I have found a Ground type hidden power. It'd be harder to figure out between Ghost and Steel, but you'd have to do more cross-referencing with other wild Pokemon. But point is, I'm looking for Unknown C or Unknown F, and then once I found them, I have to figure out if they've got a Poison type hidden power, and then I have to have them hit Chikorita, and once that's happened, and if I've figured out that, oh, good, this has the Poison type that I'm looking for, then I have to attempt to catch it. And if you think if you think the difficulty finishes after that, no, it's a lot worse. In this game, Pokemon have a value that help determine their ease of capture. And while it's not the worst, Unknown do have a bit of difficulty in trying to capture. A standard Pokeball won't make it the easiest thing, but, I mean, you could still get lucky and still get the Unknowns. But, as you saw there with the Unknown F that I ran into, it brought up another thing that makes this even more infuriating, and it's that Unknown have a 10% chance to flee during each of their turns. Yeah, so try to catch a difficult Pokemon, and they have a chance to flee. Infuriating, right? So to sum all of that up, I have to look for two particular types of Unknown, I have to get hit with a super effective hidden power, I have to be able to catch it, and I have to hope it doesn't flee. You got all that? This could take me hours. I could get lucky and have it in 10 minutes, or it could take me hours to find one particular Unknown just for this challenge. And all of that to get the worst final evolution in Johto without question. So you still with me after all that? Oh wait, you are? Hey, thanks for sticking around. Hope you learned something from the explanation. So, yeah, this could take me a long time. I mean, here's hoping this is Poison? Oh, that's neutral, so that's either Ghost or Steel. Not what I'm looking for. So, with all of that said, I'm gonna stick around here for a little while, and I'm gonna find an Unknown C or an Unknown F, and I'm gonna catch one. Well, okay, here's C. I think this might be the first unknown C that I've come across. And like I said, it's got the same type of types of hidden power combinations as unknown F, so I could get lucky. Roughly 25? That's neutral. That's not very effective. So that is a ground type. Not what I'm looking for. So I'm going to be looking for unknowns for quite a while, and I'm sure you don't want to see the whole rigmarole of trying to find one. So I'm going to cut here for a bit, and I'm going to attempt to find the unknown and catch it. And because of the risk of fleeing, I don't want to chime in when I feel like I've got one, only for it to have to flee. So what's going to happen is when I chime back in, it'll be once I have successfully caught the unknown that I'm looking for. Okay, since this is conveniently an unknown C, I might as well stick around and see how this works. Please be good. It's a 1 in 4 chance, basically. Come on. Oh, more ground. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go unknown hunting for a little bit. So, yeah, when I chime back in, it'll be once I've successfully caught the unknown. Like maybe I'll play a bit beforehand with no commentary, and then that way you can see that I actually caught it. So hang tight. I'll see you on the other side. Boy. Well, I've had worse. Amazingly, that only took me about 5 minutes. I was thinking the worst case scenario, and that was going to take me hours, but I found it in about 5 minutes. But there we go. I have officially found an unknown that has a poison type hidden power. Okay, so nickname for an unknown F. Yeah, this is where I struggle a little bit, because never really thought of a nickname as far as this. Like, I was even thinking of just naming it F. But it could be a lot more funny than that, I feel like, or more creative. So, you know what? I'm gonna name it Effie. Because it works, and you would question why it doesn't start with F, but it sounds like F. So, welcome to the party, Effie. Oh, there we go. This is going to be the first time I've ever used an unknown in any game ever. Okay, well, that side story has come to a close, thankfully. And now I can continue my journey a little bit here. So, right now, my Pokemon they're a little high in level, but they need to be a lot stronger. The gym leader here is Faulkner, who uses flying type Pokemon. And I'm sure you noticed that half of my team is bug type, and those bugs would get eaten by those birds. And they would just be destroyed. So I'm going to take a little time here to train up my Pokemon, but very conveniently, there is an area here called the Sprout Tower. And in that tower are sages who have Bellsprouts. And conveniently, Weber and Ray can tackle those Bellsprouts no problem, but I want to give a little bit of training to Effie here. So we're going to go we're gonna go do a little bit of training here. This might take a little time. And see how far I can get. Maybe I'll go for, I don't know, another 10, 15 minutes. We'll see how things go. But here we are in the Sprout Tower. And this is a really cool effect here, how the pillar keeps swaying back and forth. It's a really neat optical trick to make you think that there's a pillar in the room. And as you keep ascending the tower, you'll keep seeing the pillar. If I have to say, they did some really neat things here in Generation 2 Pokemon. So however we battle, the tower will stand strong. So let's see how this works. Now, Bellsprouts are grass poison types, so attacking it with Effie here will only be a neutral hit. Oh my goodness. I think this might be the first time I've ever seen an Unown back sprite. Okay, well that's a little bit of power. Problem is, I don't resist the Vine Whip, so I'm gonna get hit a little bit. I'm not worried about fainting since I do have access to my 2 backup bugs. But since I can't heal in battle, I hope to stay alive long enough. Okay, is that... Oh, just missed. This should be a good amount of experience I get here, so maybe if I'm lucky enough to knock out the next Bellsprout, I can get a little bit of experience on top of it. Oh, 54, that's pretty good. Okay, if the Vine Whip can do 3 hits, I should be able to knock it out. Oh, please do 3. Just 3. Okay. If the numbers work, I should be able to knock this Bellsprout out and get a level on Effie. So that's all I ask. I'm just needing levels. Oh. Oh, come on. Okay. Live! Thank you, Effie. And okay, so Effie is putting in a little bit of work. I knocked out 2 Bellsprouts. I like this. Yay! Level up. Oh, okay. So, I guess whilst I'm here, I'm gonna go a little bit into just why Unown is such a terrible Pokemon. So Unown's gimmick is that it only knows Hidden Power. It cannot learn any other move but Hidden Power. So whatever, and if you recall what I said, Hidden Power's type is determined upon acquiring the Pokemon. So whatever Hidden Power type the Unown has, or any Pokemon for that matter, that's it. It can never change to another type. You have to get an entirely different Pokemon to get a different set of numbers to make a different Hidden Power. Unown, that's the only move it gets. So in theory, Unown can only work against certain Pokemon. Now, if Hidden Power was only learned by the Unown, that would at least make them interesting. But because every Pokemon can learn Hidden Power, aside from a select few, then really their gimmick is wasted. So if you think, okay, well then how are Unown's stats? And I'm sure you noticed by the stats that I have on Effie here. Since in this game, the types of attacks are determined, the attacking type is determined by what type it is. So if it's a physical type, which is, oh, if I can rhyme them off the top of my head, normal, rock, ground, bug, flying, steel, ghost, poison, I think those are the attack types. They'll be based off the attack stat, and any other type I didn't mention, so fire, electric, ice, grass, dragon, psychic, dark, am I missing? Oh, water. I think that was 7. I'm not sure. Editor me in the future, put the types on the screen if I missed any. Okay, we good? Good. So those types will work off of the special attack. So if you notice here, Unown has higher special attack than attack. So you would naturally think, okay, so is Unown a special attacker? Unown is a balanced attacker, so its attack and special attack stats at base are equal. The only differentiations that happen occur because of the individual values. And I'm taking a look here and I'm noticing, okay, the special attack stat is a lot higher than the attack stat. So I'm thinking because Unown is so low level, the effort value, or not the effort values, the determinant values that are in Unown are not really applied as heavily. And I take a look at that and go, my attack DV must suck compared to what the special attack DV must be. So I find it kind of convenient that I have found an Unown that is terrible in the type that it attacks with and has the worst attacking type in the game. So Effie is welcome on this team. I think I found the perfect Unown for the worst final evolutions. Okay, well, I don't know how many hidden powers I've got left. I think I burned almost all of them. Yeah, that's another downside to hidden power being the only move it learns. It only has 15 chances to attack unless I increase the amount of power points hidden power has. So if I find any power point ups, I'm probably going to use them on Effie here. Well, the good news is, because of that level up, I think I can 3-hit KO these Bellsprout here. And yeah, I should be able to knock out the Bellsprouts. I hope. Please? Okay, 3-hit KO. We should be able to get another level from this. And other than 2 trainers at the very top, I'm only going to be running into Bellsprouts. So, just gotta keep knocking down them Bellsprouts. And still only taking 3 damage, so... Yeah, with Unown having a poison-type hidden power, if I run into any steel-type Pokemon, that's gonna be very bad news, because I won't be able to hurt those steel types at all, because poison cannot affect steel. Alright. Well, at the very least, the attack stat is going up by a fair number. So I may have an okay early game attacker here. And I like that. Alright, we'll let Ray get in here. Since Bellsprout is a lower level, shouldn't have as much in the way of defense. And of course, because I quad resist Fine Whip, I have no worries about taking down these Bellsprouts. The problem is going to be just how long it'll take. Alright. Almost there. Thinking this is going to be 3 more hits. Maybe 2, if I get a good number. Okay, and... knockout. Well done. Sage Chow. Thank you for your lesson. You say after. All living beings coexist through cooperation. You must always be thankful for this. You're right. But what I do need to do is go and heal up my Pokemon because, as you saw there, Unown doesn't have a lot of hidden powers left. Alright, and I may go grab a few potions now at the mart, since I am out and about here. So, welcome back to the Pokemon Center. Alright. Well, things are looking good here. I can't believe I managed to get Unown F here, to be honest. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. And statistically speaking, it is... well, okay, it's got about as much attack as Spinarak. But the attack hidden power, its power is a lot higher than any of the moves I have access to on my other 2 bugs. So, I never thought I'd say this, but right now, Unown is my strongest attacker. Oh, never thought I'd live to see that day. Anyways, let's just get some more potions here, since I did burn a few while trying to heal up Chikorita after taking a lot of hidden powers. Just had to keep it alive long enough to take a poison hidden power, and then after that. Okay. Let's go do one more fight. Since they're at equal level, let's let Ray head the next fight. Now there should be one more Sage trainer here on the next part of the floor that has 3 level 3 Bellsprouts again. So nothing too surprising there. This is useless item. So yep, I cannot use any X items in battle. So once again, have to rely on everything we got. Sway like leaves in the wind. Well, you'll need a Zen-like state after my bugs destroy your Bellsprouts. Level 3? Yes, level 3. Alright. Maybe if I get enough experience from this and hit level 8, maybe Ray will learn another attack, and kind of hope it does. Because as good as okay as blah blah. Oh my goodness, I'm distracted by swaying like leaves in the wind. As okay as Tackle is right now, I need some more options for these guys. I have to deal with bird types in a little bit, and birds against bugs, that's just a slaughter. I need ways to be able to cripple those bugs. Or don't cripple those bugs, cripple those birds. I don't need to cripple my own bugs. It's already a hard enough challenge as it is. No more handicaps, please. I only wish Tackle was stronger. That would be a really interesting mechanic if they incorporated it into future Pokemon games. And I know they kind of do this with the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series games, mostly the later ones. But if the more you use a move, the stronger and more accurate it gets. That'd be pretty interesting if they incorporated something like that into Pokemon, where the more you use to move, the higher the base power of the move becomes, or maybe it becomes more accurate. Hey, Supersonic! There we go, now I can confuse things. Okay, so let's test it out. Oh right, I forgot, Supersonic has incredibly low accuracy. There we go. I think it's 55% chance, but we'll see how this works. Nope. If I remember, I don't think I had any Pokemon on my red version worst team that had access to confusion, so I don't think I ever explained this. Yep, so coin flip chance, if you fail the coin flip, you hit yourself as if you were hitting yourself with a base 40 power move off of your own attack stat. So if you confuse a Pokemon that has a high attack stat, they're able to do a lot of damage back on themselves. So it makes confusion a good status tactic, especially when combined with things like paralysis. Okay, well, I've made some progress in Sprout Tower, but the next part is going to be a bit of work since the Pokemon will be a lot higher level. So I'm going to save that for the next episode. I'm just going to go get myself all freshly healed up since my team did put in some good work today. And next time we'll continue our way up Sprout Tower, and hopefully we can defeat the last trainer and complete the tower. Because maybe if I could do that, I'll be strong enough to tackle the flying type gym. So we'll leave it for next time. So anyways, thank you very much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed my struggles trying to get Effie. And next time will be another struggle on its own, trying to get up Sprout Tower. Well, anyways, thank you very much for watching today. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day.